Hello everyone and welcome back to SARIA'S 11 Universe. I'm Jitch, this is SmackDown. It's time for an all-out battle to kick things off.
Approaching the ring from Moscow, weighing 302 pounds, Vladimir Kozlov.
Starting things off on SmackDown this week, we've got a Falls Count Anywhere match as the rivalry between Vladimir Kozlov and Luke Gallows continues. It's kind of been put on hold for a little while, but Vladimir Kozlov has basically been haunting Luke Gallows for as long as I can remember. The guy's been really determined to get more featured on SmackDown, to maybe get closer to, say, the Intercontinental title or something that builds him up a little bit more.
And his opponent, weighing in at 291 pounds, Luke Gallows.
But this all started back on Superstars when these two collided for the first time. And it just kind of continued to develop since. They've never really been able to see eye to eye. Not that you'd expect most people on a roster of people that are supposed to fight to see eye to eye. But they really seem to have taken this personal. I don't really know the full background to why or what's going on with these two, but there's been a lot of interference. Although Kozlov has also made a bit of an enemy in one of the tag team champions, Chris Jericho, who he also seems to target quite a bit. So maybe Kozlov just likes to pick his targets. Maybe he wants a better partner than Finlay in the end of the day, because obviously it's very clear that Finlay is just not doing his bit as the tag team partner of Kozlov. They teamed up once. You guys really liked them. They became an official team due to that, but they don't seem to actually bother teaming up together. We already know Kozlov's style, though. It's kind of strike, take over, and get the win as quick as possible. So expect a whole lot of that.
Oh man, what impact from that suplex! Kozlov is just focused on destruction.
I mean, realistically, you got two people that are both very big, that are both very fearsome, I guess would be the correct term. We just recently saw a Falls Count Anywhere main event on ECW between resident Super Hunks Terry Funk and Yoshitatsu. I don't even know if people have been enjoying that joke. I should probably drop it.
Into the headlock. Good night. He's got him hooked.
Just taking a lean on the ropes.
Kozlov controlling the waist. What a series. Nobody's back.
But you never expected to see a technical battle between Luke Gallows and Vladimir Kozlov. Vladimir! Don't worry, I heard it too.
He's putting those educated feet to good use. Oh, did you see his neck snap back from that?
I love that running big boot. It doesn't look like it would hurt, but it sends them flying every time. The only reason I say it doesn't look like it would hurt is because of like the weakness of that animation mixed with how low he kicks. Oh! Not what I was expecting to see come off of that move from Kozlov. Okay.
All business tonight.
Luke Gallows has also not really been that strong. I was talking on ECW about how CM Punk is one of the top 5 on SmackDown, but his tag team partner Luke Gallows, he's also really not been all that.
Checking under the ring, possibly looking for an object in this no disqualification match.
Yeah, Vladimir Kozlov, sledgehammer in hand, that'll get the job done a little bit quicker.
What can Luke Gallows?
Just wants to demolish Luke Gallows, apparently.
You know, these competitors are so evenly matched, I wouldn't even begin to guess at this point. He's got him up.
The classic Luke Gallows reversal.
Part of his body to inflict pain. Kozlov goes behind. Oh no! It looked like his head just bounced off that concrete. And the assault continues on the injured torso.
I'll tell you what, Kozlov's looked pretty damn great in this match. We could get this version of him every week. Miz could be in a lot of trouble if he shoots up the Intercontinental title rankings. The only reason I keep mentioning that one and not the World Heavyweight title is because I feel like realistically, when you're starting out on shows like Superstars and ECW, and I mean this with all due respect to those shows, that's kind of the implication that you are not a top guy, and you're gonna have to earn your way to the top a little more than some people who, I guess, just had bigger names outside of starting in this universe is what we'll go with, because I think that's what someone said once before, and I liked that. The only reason you can justify certain people being ranked high to begin with is just simply they were bigger names when we started.
And Luke Gallows comes up with a count. Kozlov. Luke Gallows, the first the Iron
Kind of a choke slam. I think he just called that something, but I didn't quite catch what it was. And the referee just hanging out on the ropes. He's cool. Oh boy. That'll get the job done just as well, I'm sure.
Hooking the leg. One, two, and Luke Gallows
No.
manages
No, it won't.
Look out! Headbutt. Oh, it doesn't get more.
That should get the job done. Nice big boot.
We got a cover.
Kane won a match with a big boot on Raw. The big boot wins. I thought after the finishing move, I just had to try and get it over with. That was the finishing point. It's just, referee wanted to go hang out on the ropes. You can't blame him. I mean, he looked pretty damn cool up there. Are we going to get a replay of it? He was like, yeah. What's up, ladies? I'm just chilling on the ropes. Must have seen someone in the crowd that he liked. Okay, that's enough replays of pin attempts.
Here's your winner, Vladimir Kozlov.
He did not like that "we want tables" sign. He's like, fuck you. No, you don't. You want Kozlov. Oh, geez, Xbox is still on. Oh, boy, that's awkward. Xbox One was still on. I was probably running up a hell of our electric. I don't know, actually, looking at the little meter thing we've got, it looks like it didn't even touch it, so that's cool. You can run two consoles at the same time and barely use any electricity. Just facts. Alright, well, this is a big matchup opportunity, not really for this man, but for his opponent. The former World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker, who unfortunately is not... oh, geez, I just remembered Elimination Chamber's coming up soon, isn't it? Ah, this is a Chamber qualifier then. My bad. There you go.
Approaching the ring from Death Valley, weighing 299 pounds, The Undertaker.
I'll just kind of have a look at, like, if I like the in-game matches that it books, and if I don't, then I'll do, like, top contenders. SmackDown will probably have a different booking style to Raw, just to make the brands different, so it won't be the number 10 versus the number 1, and so on. I won't go with that for SmackDown. With SmackDown, it'll be like, if it books a match and it's featuring two people that haven't already competed in a qualifier, and I like it, and it's big enough, and it makes sense, then that'll be a Chamber qualifier. But if I don't agree with it, you know, I might do like a quirky one. We might have like Goldust versus Primo in a Chamber qualifier. But for the most part, I want to, like, obviously give everyone a different shot. Like, it's going to be that we have 10 qualifiers, 5 qualifying matches, obviously. 10 qualifiers that are all different. We don't want, like, you know, Cena versus Big Show. Cena loses. Cena gets another qualifier next week. We're not going to do anything like that. But, yeah, I think what I'll do is, just what I said, basically. We'll have, this be a qualifier and the main event be a qualifier. And then the other qualifiers will come in the coming weeks. I completely forgot Chamber's coming up because it's been quite a while since the last recording. So I'd forgotten that I did the qualifiers on Raw. And this definitely makes sense as a match to determine who will be in the Chamber. Well, so far, the track record for Edge facing off against The Undertaker is 0-2. He has not yet beaten The Undertaker. He might do it today. But I am kind of having my doubts. I believe between the two of these, neither of them have really competed much, actually, I believe. Let's quickly pull up their win-loss records, which you can find on the wiki. Edge is currently 1-3. He lost the he's 0-3 with Undertaker, actually. He lost the championship scramble match to the Undertaker in the first episode of the series, Survivor Series. He faced off against the Undertaker right before TLC in a losing effort. And just last week on SmackDown, he lost a 6-man tag team match alongside CM Punk and Randy Orton to the Big Show, John Cena, and the Undertaker. So that's all 3 of his losses. I believe he holds a singles victory over. I'm not entirely sure now. Like Shad or something, I think. I think he went like one-on-one with one of the Crime Time members. That might have been the match that got cancelled, because I'm remembering that JTG versus Edge was a thing that was gonna happen at one point. But I know he holds a victory. I wouldn't have given him a 1-3 record otherwise. So Edge has beaten someone at some point. Who that is, I don't remember. And as for the Undertaker, I'm trying to like bring up the win-loss records whilst also competing. He's got the exact opposite of Edge. He's 3-1 in his matches. He's won the championship scramble match, of course. He's also defeated Edge before TLC. Yep. 2 of Edge's losses are 2 of Undertaker's wins. And he's won the 3-man tag team match alongside Big Show and Cena last week. Meanwhile, his one loss, I actually do know that one, was at Randy Orton's World Heavyweight title win at TLC. It'd be a little strange if I couldn't remember that one. I'm just not sure what Edge's was. Maybe he beat like Primo or something.
He's the phenom of the WWE for a reason. That'll do some damage.
Yeah, I really can't remember like what Edge has done other than the ones I listed off. Still not as big of a loser as CM Punk, who will inevitably be in one of these qualifiers. Just keeps on getting opportunities. That'll be his 9th loss if he doesn't qualify for the Elimination Chamber. I could not list all of CM Punk's losses off. I could not tell you why those happened. Sweet no-cell sit-up there by The Undertaker. Yeah, let's actually quickly have a look at Punk's win-loss record. Yeah, he's 3-8. His 3, I think, were all against Randy Orton to start with. Oh no, sorry, 2 of his wins were against Randy Orton, I think, and one of them was against Crime Time on Raw back when the tag divisions were blended. I remember they beat Crime Time in like a table match. But I'm sure Undertaker would really like to re-qualify for the World Heavyweight Championship, because he has to earn his opportunity at the world title held by Randy Orton. Whoops. Not the Big Show. Did not win at the Royal Rumble. It should be interesting to see if Big Show can beat John Cena, though, because I feel like the Big Show in the Elimination Chamber would really... That would be a tough challenge for a lot of people. And we saw what happened the last time the Big Show got inside of a steel cage with someone. It wasn't pretty. CM Punk got absolutely annihilated. I think that main event match went for about a minute.
So what he has to do is figure out a way to pick up the pace. Oh, look at this! DDT!
It just continues to lay into The Undertaker. That means that we got some more qualifying matches coming up for the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber on Raw. So far, the participants in the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber, in case anyone is curious. In fact, I think that's the only confirmed match for the Elimination Chamber so far. That is, obviously the WWE Champion himself, Triple H, but he'll be defending against Jack Swagger and Batista. So right now the playing field for that one is quite difficult. I think it's nice to have kind of a wild card thrown in there, you know. We want to talk about real life for a moment. You know, Kofi Kingston competing in one, for example. Santino that one, yeah. I don't really like Santino, but you know, just someone like that, someone that kind of doesn't really fit the mold for someone you'd normally see. I mean, I think there was one year where like R-Truth was in one, and there was one where like McIntyre was in when he wasn't like that big, and they always end up impressing in the chamber. So I think we gotta have someone surprise qualify at some point, maybe. But I don't know. I'm not exactly gonna give that away. But I'll tell you what, right now I think Edge. Oh, never mind. I was about to say I think Edge might be down and out on his luck. Oh no. I take that back. I take the take back. Yep, he's screwed. I mean, Undertaker might not quite land him near the... No, never mind. He even turned away from the ropes. You can actually turn the pins in this one, so I don't have to keep pinning him in the friggin' ropes. Well, just like that, the first ever World Heavyweight Champion looks to become a two-time World Heavyweight Champion, as he has qualified for the World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber. Uh-oh, is Disrespect Boys gonna get a new member? Edge! Edge! The Disrespect Boys just keeps on growing. Snazzy, list off the members. Well, it's showtime once again.
Approaching the ring at a combined weight of 454 pounds, the team of Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase.
Can't remember if it was last week on SmackDown. I think it was the week before. The Legacy made their tag team debut, facing off against Finlay and a partner of his choosing. He chose Shelton Benjamin. He chose wrong. That wasn't really a very compatible team. The Legacy came out with the win. Who will Finlay choose this time? I am so curious. I don't know why he keeps doing this. He's got Kozlov. Unless he's going to bring Kozlov out this time. And he's got White. I don't know if that's a hint. Primo. Oh! Okay! Well... Another team that makes absolutely no sense, but JTG obviously hasn't quite moved on from the tag division since losing Buddy Shad last week in the opener of SmackDown. You know, he is a former contender for the tag team titles. I can respect why you'd want to partner with him, but what the hell is this team? I'll tell you what, I think Finlay should just drop Kozlov. He should just drop him. He should just go with JTG. That's Crime Time 2. That's what they should be called.
This Ted DiBiase is an intelligent competitor. He possesses a sound, methodical offense that breaks his opponents down.
I'll tell you, Finlay's not a bad competitor. He's got that Lex Luger vibe going on. He just really wants a tag partner. Admittedly, the Gun Show have done... Oh, I gotta be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Mail. Had to get some mail. Finlay with the finger point. I'm so confused. Why is Finlay trying to find partners so bad? He's got one. If he just partnered with Kozlov, they could probably destroy the Legacy in a match. But there's no compatibility between him and JTG. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that now. If I had to guess, not a team that's got any chemistry. It's Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. They're yeah. We're gonna go ahead and say that they were trained together. They started wrestling together. They're just a really tight bond. That's what we're gonna say anyway. Wipe that nose.
Oh, he's in trouble now.
I tell you, I just don't get it. I respect Finlay. I think he is a good competitor. He's not a favorite of mine, I must confess, but I think he is quite talented. I think he's better than this. I don't think he needs to keep trying to find random people to pair up with. I just don't think it's needed. Well, he's made the tag to the supposed contender for the Intercontinental title, one of them. That was actually, I think, one of the rooting problems that the Crime Time as a team faced was things kind of fell apart when JTG was chosen as the contender instead of Shad to face The Miz. I think that was actually what kind of tore them apart as a team. The only thing that would be more golden is if Finlay then turned his back on JTG in this match. Okay, Vance Archer is coming down to the ring. We're just getting a confusing match all around now. Don't know who Archer is enemies with. Maybe Cody. You know, after all, I could see why they'd have their issues. Archer beat Cody. That would cause issues between the two, of course.
And there's the count. Shoulders down.
And the referee's just got to go look at Vance Archer for a minute. It's really important. He's just got to see him. That referee is just looking for a date today. That's what that is. Cody!
That's just nasty.
Yeah, he's just got to go look at Vance Archer some more. Just give him a minute, guys. It's really urgent. Just really needs to stare at him for a minute. Vance Archer's also quite hunky. He's not as hunky as Yoshitatsu, but he's getting there. You know, he's a work in progress. He's getting there.
Much like his mentor Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes is extremely effective when he has control.
THQ Superstar Challenge competition? What the fuck was that sign?
And the count's broken, keeping the match alive.
Don't think I've seen that one before.
He robs him on that exchange.
Sorry, Vance Archer, you're just not needed. You don't add anything to this match.
And he gets the tag.
Don't even know why you're out here. Other than your issues with Cody you've somehow built.
Young and up-and-coming superstars in WWE.
I thought this would be a nice, quick, easy win for the Legacy, unless Finlay found someone really fitting. If it was someone that, like, fit him quite well, and I was like, actually, I kind of like that, I think I would have let them go over. But Finlay and JTG is a big no-no, because I think the thing about the random partner thing is that, like, it actually forms a team if they win, I think. I might be wrong, but I don't want to risk it. I also don't want JTG and Finlay winning anything together. Especially not against a genuine tag team. There could be a really bright future for these two. They could be tag team champions. There's a lot of distance actually that Ted and Cody could go as a combination. Finlay is begging for the tag. Oh, okay. I mean, I was literally like, I just pressed the finisher button, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine, you know. Yeah, I also pressed the reversal button there, but that's also fine. Why even give me a controller? You've already decided what I'm gonna do, game. That's fine.
But there's no doubt that the Celtic Cross gets the job done.
The Celtic Cross? The third member.
But he's showing me something here tonight. Oh no, he's just obsessed with punishing that back. Ted DiBiase now working the mind games. He drops the
DiBiase with another incredibly slow grapple. His moveset is just dropping fists and anything to do with his arm, just really slowly. That's alright, Cody's like 100% still.
And he finally gets out of the ring. Would you look at the bravado shown by DiBiase? DiBiase.
Come on, drop that fist some more. You just haven't done it enough. Welcome to Fist Drop Street.
It sickens me to say it, but we very well could be looking at the future of the industry and Ted DiBiase.
You weren't. I'm sorry to say it. You really, really weren't.
Dream Street. Counter by
What? Stop reversing pins. The pin is not the same kind of grapple. You shouldn't be able to reverse it. I disagree with that.
Rash, to say the least. But the unfortunate truth is he can back it all up in the ring. And he finally gets out of the ring. And there's an overhand right.
There you go. We'll just finish him off with a pin combo instead. Even though JTG is right there. And there is these beautiful cutscenes. Who didn't like the old tag team pin breakup cutscenes? My goodness, those added a lot to the game. They were great. They should bring them back.
I don't agree with a lot of things DiBiase
All I wanted to do was tag Cody, man.
made a tremendous impact here. And he's done it earlier than any WWE Hall of Famer.
He might have to do this by himself. His partner doesn't have much left. Nice counter by Finlay. Ouch.
Once more,
That'll do.
DDT
It's
by
not the
Cody
crossroads, but it'll do. I just want this match to end.
Rhodes. 1, 2, 3,
Thank you.
and Rhodes wins it.
Friggin' JTG and Finlay. Get that shit out of here. I can't wait to see who you get next fortnight. Finlay. I went to say next week and I realized I don't think it was last week's episode that he last did this. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Every 2 weeks, Finlay's just going to go through each member of the roster as a tag partner. I, for one, can't wait for Finlay and The Undertaker.
Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase.
You want to talk about
The Legacy. I won't call them that, though. So, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, another successful tag team victory. The $1 Million champion and his buddy coming out on top once more. And it's main event time. Who will be joining Randy Orton, the World Heavyweight Champion, and of course, The Undertaker in the Elimination Chamber? Will it be Big Show or John Cena? We find out next. Well, it's main event time, actually. And boy, that's a lot of empty seats. Probably don't show those on the hard cam, guys. I suppose you can't really avoid them. Jesus, so many.
441 pounds, the Big Show.
Well, the Big Show absolutely came unhinged at the Royal Rumble from losing the World Heavyweight Championship match in a grueling, incredibly hard-fought battle between him and Randy Orton, which I think he did deserve the respect that Randy Orton showed him at the end. Randy Orton tried to shake the Big Show's hand to say congrats on a fantastic match. You know, sorry you didn't win, but I'm honored to have had this match with you. Big Show slapped him away, walked away. Probably the biggest, the biggest moment in the Disrespect Boys. It's led to this now. Obviously, he did fantastic. Big Show later joining the Royal Rumble match as he didn't win the World Heavyweight title. And what a performance in the Rumble.
From West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, John Cena.
Both the longest lasting in the Rumble as well as the tied record for the most eliminations with The Undertaker, has both got 5. John Cena has not yet lost a match, though, I believe. Let me quickly fact check. He's only competed twice, but he's not yet lost a match. And that, I think, will be a big help in this match. Big Show has actually lost quite a few. Might be time to focus on his tag team with Lex Luger again at this rate. And there you go, straight off the bat. This is what I mean. This really violent side of Big Show has just kind of become undone, so to speak. Like, he's just awoken this in him since losing to Randy Orton.
Can he scale the cage?
John Cena's really got to hurry up because Big Show is apparently not wasting any time. Obviously become a little fixated on the title. In fact, I've just found out John Cena was the one that Big Show was the one that eliminated John Cena in the Royal Rumble. Cena lasted 2 minutes and he was thrown out by the Big Show relatively quickly.
How do you look at Big Show and not show some type of fear?
Oh, yeah. That face could scare Chrome off a bumper.
Cena expecting to do the diving shoulder tackle, but Big Show had managed to catch himself in the ropes.
First by the Big Show.
Cena's got to try and create some space. Obviously, this is quite an overwhelming opponent for his first ever opportunity to be in the big leagues on SmackDown. Not that he ever wasn't.
Oh, ow! Ow! Hard kick to the rib.
Uh-oh. Oh.
There are so many uses for the steel cage and none of them are good.
Just hope we don't see Big Show get put in that bloody mess that he was in back at the Royal Rumble.
Cena.
He's got him hooked.
Sorry, I just heard something. I was wondering what the hell that was.
And a great counter by the Big Show.
Oh!
He was put in an absolute state at the Royal Rumble.
Big Show have to do to get back into this one, King. A sharp elbow drop.
Well, he's got a strength advantage. Now he just needs to
I didn't
use it.
even do an Irish whip, but you know what? I'll go with it.
Again, this is our main event of the evening.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
big. Wait, what's he doing?
Well, that's one way to create an opening for Cena. There's some really weird noises around me all of a sudden.
Big Show countered it. Oh, it doesn't get
He countered that and made it look easy. Oh, I'll just be a moment, guys. And we are back. So, let's just carry on, shall we? I think I've got 2 cuts to make in this episode. Let's hope I can remember that.
That'll do some damage.
That'll do some damage. So yeah, this would be a big opportunity for Cena. I think I've seen a few people comment saying they would love to see Randy Orton versus John Cena. I don't know if those are all jokes or not, but I've seen them.
The Luthez press. And would you look at those shots?
And you may just get that. You may just get it.
John Cena composed, ready. He knows what has to be
But
done.
at the same time, I feel like it would be criminal for Big Show not to be in the steel cage match. You can see that he's already hurt. That's got to be to do with his match with Randy Orton 5 days ago at the Royal Rumble, if nothing else. That was a hell of a tough fight for him.
Oh, man, right on the button. And Cena goes down.
Just lifts him by his face. That's a very Big Show-like thing to do.
That'll cause some damage. Oh, what a painful kick.
Launches him into the corner, face first.
Have you ever been over to Big Show's house? His cereal bowl has a lifeguard.
He's going for a quick escape.
I think this might be it for Cena.
Cena's in desperate straits.
Especially if he's going to start acting like the referee and just chilling out on the ropes.
Cages are going to help you win the match.
I'm surprised that Big Show has taken a different approach to this match, is what I kept trying to say. Initially, when we first saw Big Show compete in the steel cage match against CM Punk, it was all about beating the hell out of him and then going for the pin. This time he seems to be more focused on just getting out of the cage.
Lifts his opponent up.
John Cena's
Drop toe hold, very nice.
always to the point.
Big Show is just such a tough cookie to crack.
Have fun. When he steps in that ring, it's all business.
He's choke slammed Cena more times than I can count. Mostly because I've had a few interferences in this one and I don't actually remember how many it's been.
That was like a freight train.
Oh. It's not looking good for John Cena right now.
Cena just one heartbeat quicker on that exchange.
Honestly, it might be best to try and keep Big Show grounded.
Reversed by the Big Show.
That didn't last long, did it, Cena? I thought if I can help it, I'll try to make Cena win, because it's a new contender. But at the same time, like, if Big Show wins, it's kind of an inarguable fact that he deserves it, because he's been such a big part of SmackDown lately. So I kind of just saw this cage match as win-win. So if anyone's wondering why I decided to play Cena, yeah, I might lose. Just because. Why not? Cena is absolutely the kind of guy who would try to get a pinfall victory in a steel cage. That or the door. The dramatic door exit. Uh-oh. Not a good spot for Cena to be in.
John Cena's not here to win a popularity contest. He's come to win through grit and determination.
Oh, look at this! DDT!
Tell you what, Big Show has a reversal for every single move.
And this has got to be it. Two.
And that was enough, apparently. Okay, well, not quite the ending I was hoping for, but realistically, you put it all together and Big Show beat the ever-living hell out of John Cena in that one. So it does make sense. He's gonna be an insanely tough opponent for The Undertaker and Randy Orton. And if Randy Orton plans on making it to WrestleMania with the World Heavyweight Championship, he's gonna want to watch very closely what happens inside the chamber, pick his moves very carefully, and not get too physical until it comes down to him and potentially the Big Show, because that's what it's going to take for Randy Orton to survive at the Elimination Chamber. He's got Big Show and The Undertaker coming his way for the World Heavyweight title in just 3 weeks. 4 weeks. My bad. So let's find out the rankings changes, any news that we've got, stuff like that. So first up, Vladimir, Kozlov and Luke Gallows are now enemies. I thought they already were. Undertaker and Edge are now enemies. Again, I kind of thought they already were. Big Show defeated John Cena in what was a David and Goliath victory. I would not call Big Show David and Cena Goliath, but whatever. This will all be SmackDown rankings change. There was no women on the show. There was no tag action. So, looking at this, we've seen quite a bit. JTG has suddenly jumped up to number 10. I'm not sure who dropped so hard that he went up, though, because that's really all that could have been. Big Show has overtaken CM Punk in the Intercontinental title rankings, which makes sense. Shad has overtaken Luke Gallows, which is only because of Luke Gallows' loss to Vladimir Kozlov. And Ted DiBiase advances above Vance Archer for the Intercontinental title as well, which again makes sense. Vance Archer wasn't on the show, DiBiase got a win. And Undertaker has overtaken John Cena in the top 10 for the World Heavyweight Championship. It will be Undertaker and Big Show in the chamber though, so that one definitely makes a lot of sense. Still got a few more qualifiers to go though for the World Heavyweight title. We've only got half of each championship's chamber match, I meant to say scramble, set, but the point is the fields are starting to become a little bit more complete. So Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre with Sheamus, probably not going to happen. Zack Ryder versus Mark Henry submission match, definitely not going to happen. Melina, Brie Bella and Gail Kim in a triple threat match. I mean, it would be nice to see some of the other women actually get used. I'm not going to lie to you. We're not seeing that right now, and for that reason, it would make some sense, but I don't know about that match in particular. No idea. Kane versus Christian? No. I know Christian is the Royal Rumble winner. I know Kane is the United States champion. There is kind of like some kind of bill going on there, but just no, that's not happening. So what we're going to do this week on Raw is we will have MVP versus Shawn Michaels, as was previously announced, and Evan Bourne versus Sheamus, as was previously announced. Because then that just leaves what was originally going to be Kane versus Christian as the third match, which will just kind of be like someone versus someone. I've had a lot of input from you guys on who you'd like to see in that one, so may happen. In regards to SmackDown, people you could expect to see potentially qualify for the Chamber involve, CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, The Miz or Jericho could potentially compete for, as could Ziggler or DiBiase. There really is no telling what will happen as we get closer to that one. But it is drawing ever nearer, and we will get more answers as the show draws near. Yeah, so I'm wondering if Kozlov and Finlay are still a team. They are. That really surprises me. I honestly thought that maybe their team had just died. Maybe that's why it was booking him in so many. Swagger and Regal are only ranked 10. It's kind of strange to me. Anyway, so I'll see you guys next time with more SER 11 Universe as we draw that little bit closer to the Elimination Chamber. Bye!